What is up, y'all? I'm so happy y'all decided to come back and watch my video. Okay, this one I'm about to tell on myself, but it's okay. It's my testimony. I'm trying to fix my hair. And I'm telling this testimony because somebody needs to hear it. Somebody's going through it right now. Somebody is deep in it and they need to get out for real before it gets any worse. Okay, y'all see the title of the video, how wanting attention and acceptance wrecked my life. Okay, plus some other stuff. Okay, I'm going to be transparent. This is not my whole story. If y'all want to know the whole story, y'all be sitting here for a couple days. That's why we got this channel, so I can talk about sporadically what went on in my life. But this is just one general thing that overseeing the whole thing of what was going on. So stay tuned, grab what you need to grab, and for real, grab your open-mindedness and your open heart, because these things I'm going to say may be just what you need to hear, or someone else needs to hear. Whatever it may be, go ahead and be ready to catch this word and catch what I'm saying. Okay, cool. Now, I'm not just telling y'all this video. I'm not just telling y'all this testimony so I could tell y'all the reason why I go so hard for Christ. I'm also telling y'all this as a warning. I'm just gonna let you guys know, if you are in Christ, that's all the acceptance you need. Any other extra acceptance outside of that, that's vain. It does not matter. Okay, it can be here 1 second and gone the next. We're in the world of people. We are unstable creatures. All this other acceptance that we're looking for is in vain. Okay, but Christ has been there always. He's been there before the foundations of the earth. He's always going to be here, and he's here in this present moment. That's the only acceptance you need. And with that, when you accept the life with him, he's going to give you the necessary people that need to be in your life, and he's going to give you the path that you need to walk down. Okay, he's going to make sure that your life is fulfilled how it needs to be, to give his name the glory, and so you can be the vessel you're supposed to be and live how you're supposed to, in genuine love and without pride. Now, on the opposite end of that spectrum, this is a warning to y'all. On the opposite end of the spectrum is when you are looking for validation in the enemy. Looking for validation in the enemy is the most hopeless and hurtful, and so many other things that I can say. I can have a whole list of them, but it's something that it never happens. There will never be validation when you are looking for it out in the world. Literally, the enemy has a shovel and he's digging a hole. He's constantly digging it over and over and over again, and you continue to go deeper in it, even when you want to crawl out. That sense of wanting to have attention and acceptance and being validated, and not wanting to feel rejection anymore or abandonment, it comes so heavy on you that you're just like, nah, I'd rather keep digging. Okay, and once you dig for validation and attention in the world, whatever you hit is whatever you hit. Whatever you gain is whatever you gain, and it's not something you may think it looks good now, because a lot of people think that having options and having a broad access to a lot of things is cool, but eventually you'll realize it's nothing but heaviness, heartache, hurt, on top of all these other sins, all these spirits, all these things. It's a hot mess. Okay, eventually that stuff is going to lead you to a mind of insanity, a mind of can't think straight, being double-minded. It leads you to wanting out but choosing to stay in. It's crazy. Okay, so for those who need validation, I challenge you to go tell God, I need some attention, and I'm feeling like this, that, and the third, and let him take care of it for you. Okay, now that we got that out the way, let me tell y'all my story. In school, when I was younger, I always felt like I was overlooked and rejected. Like, nobody wanted to hang out with me. Even when I had friends, I just felt like I didn't fit in. I just wanted more. I just was never satisfied. There was something in me, which I later found out was the feeling of rejection and abandonment from a whole bunch of other stuff. But we'll cover that on a different video. But there was something in me. It was just so heavy on me that I'm just like, okay, somehow I have to get attention, because what these people have, I don't have. I don't know why I don't have it, but I want it. So I start wanting after what these people have, to the point where I'm even starting to want after these people's various lives. Like, it was bad. I'm starting to mimic their personalities and mimic their characteristics and how they act, and it's just all bad. Okay, I'm thinking it's going good, but let me tell you something. When you grow up in a church, for one thing, because I'm in a church while all of this is happening. When you grow up in a church, it's very easy to spot out if you're a fraud. Like, you're out in the world and you're trying to fit in. It's very easy to spot that you're a fraud. People are going to either get away from you more. You want attention. People either are going to run away from you more, or they're going to take advantage of the fact that you want it so bad, so they are going to play you like a puppet. That's eventually what ends up happening to me. But I'm trying to take on these people's characteristics and who they are and their personalities, and I'm just not being me. So eventually, I have my notes right here if y'all want to know what I'm flipping. So eventually, I just started turning into a yes man for people, okay? I'm saying yes to, they want me to do their homework, if they want me to go do their dirty work, if I had something and it's really like for me, like my food or whatever it is, I'll give it away, because I just want somebody, to just say, hey, she's cool, you should hang with her. Like, I want acceptance so bad that I just started saying yes to everything and anything. Even adults seen it and they took advantage of it. Okay, please watch out for that, please. So I just felt like that 0.1 second of acceptance felt so much better than going home and feeling the feeling of abandonment and rejection and all that stuff. So at least I can go home and reminisce on the second that I was happy and accepted, versus having to go throughout that whole night and dealing with all that stuff. So one thing that I started to see that a lot of people was being accepted on is, hey, you want to be my boyfriend? Hey, you want to be my girlfriend? That's why I started to see. But for some reason, people wasn't approaching me. I'm like, am I that hideous? Like, what's going on? Like, tell me. So I started on dating apps. I'm like 11, 12 on dating apps, okay? I had an iPod. I think this is where it started out. Yeah, I had an iPod. And when you are underage, you have to lie. Back then, you had to lie about your age. Okay, I think you still do on Facebook, but a certain place, I don't know. But you had to lie about your age so you can get on. So eventually, I was told these people how old I am, and this is when the world of pedophilia and perversion and stuff was introduced to me. I was introduced to it before, but I'm like 4 or 5, not really too keen on what's going on, just having the memory of it. But when this happened, I'm seeing how these older guys are attracted to younger girls, even despite that they have these kids that are my age and younger as well. People, please watch out for this. It's nothing normal, like, for an older guy or older woman to be attracted to a younger kid. That's nothing normal, nothing natural about that. You have to pray over the simple fact that, yes, these people are calling your kids cute, stuff like that, but be careful posting them on the internet on a day-to-day basis. No, it's not that. Us as people are people are sexualizing your kids. The people who warn you about it, saying, hey, don't post this, hey, don't post that. People automatically think, oh, y'all are weird, y'all are sexualizing the kids. No, it's just that some people actually know the dangers of this, okay? This thing is, sex trafficking here in Texas is at an all-time high. Let's just put it like that. It's at an all-time high over anything. And you know, it's so many kids. Every day I get on Facebook, a child is missing. Every single day, okay? This is nothing that, oh, we're just trying to do this and that, and we're trying to sexualize people. This is not that. This is the simple fact that there's an Amber Alert legit on my phone like every single night from Texas or something. So please watch out for that. But yeah, these older men are saying, oh, you're this, you're that. So I'm starting to equate beauty with attention and genuine love. Fast forward, I get this guy. I won't say that we were actually dating, but we kept in touch. We met with a mutual friend, and we always got disconnected because his family was constantly on the move. And this is when the enemy really started to play in my head that I was not worthy, and that I will always be rejected, and this, that, and the third, because that physical person was not there. And he was the first person in my face to actually just call me, you know, beautiful and all this stuff. So I'm really feeling abandoned and rejected and not getting enough attention at this point. Fast forward, I'm dating in high school. I done finally landed a guy, but you know what? All this bondage and all this burden of not having attention and needing to have a vast amount of attention has gotten on me, so much so that even having this one person does not compare to having a whole army behind you, okay? I would rather, in this state, I would have rather had 100 fake people behind me than one genuine person on my side, because I did not know the value of it. This is the whole of Jezebel spirit, okay? When I tell you the enemy can manipulate what you actually have, he actually does, because he changes your perception of things. If you don't know what the Jezebel spirit is, I'm going to leave some attributes on the side of this video, and I'm also going to link you to something else that gives you, you know, further knowledge on what it is. But I literally, and by the way, I'm still in the church at this point, okay? Heavy in it. Heavy in it. So I can have the approval of not only the people in the world, but also the church. I am dogging the person out that I'm talking to at the moment. Dogging them out, okay? Saying, oh, you're of the world, blah, blah, blah. Coming in the name of Jesus and doing all these hypocritical stuff. I'm a whole Jezebel and a Pharisee at the same time. The same time. So we're gonna fast forward from that. I break up with this guy, and really, for the longest time, let's just be clear, for the longest time, I was like, oh, it's his fault, he this, that, and the third, not letting nobody know my parts that I play in any of this, because if I feel rejected or somebody does not, you know, accept me, oh, they're jealous of me, they're envious of me. All at the same time, I was jealous and envious of them. I'm trying to have this persona that I'm just perfect and everything is everybody else's fault, because I finally have some numbers of people around me all the whole time still wanting more, okay? So what I get next on here? So this throws me back into the cycle of rejection now with this whole little sense of the Jezebel spirit that I didn't know was that until later on, okay? I'm feeling rejected so much so now that I'm at this point where I'm playing on weaker vessels, okay? This is another attribute of the Jezebel spirit. I'm seeing people, I'm thinking that they are weaker and I'm much more superior to them. Y'all, I hate that when I was younger, I was told, you know, oh, she's very smart. They put you in those special classes so you just think you know. Found you in pride, and that's where I was. Pride with the Jezebel spirit. So I'm finding these people, oh, they, I don't know, look like this, or they look like they were out this, and I'm attaching myself to them in order to have like this sense of pride or a sense that I matter or whatnot, all at the same time ashamed of this person, because I'm just like, no, you know good and well you was not raised to go after this or go with this. Doing this all at the same time. So, and if I heard them say no or reject me for something, because at the same time I will pour out my soul in such a way that yes, I'll say anything to you, yes, whatever. But when it comes to me and you tell me no, I have to drop you like a bad habit. Period. Because you're not about to tell me no. That's how I was feeling. That's how the Jezebel spirit in me was. It was that at large, okay? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, go look at this thing. If you scared, don't be scared. I know scary movies got us thinking that all spirits are just super violent and you'll be able to tell because they'll be crawling on the wall and stuff, this, that, and third. No. Go look at what it is. It may scare you because you may see some of those traits in you, and it may scare you because you may see it in other people. But you know, pray about it. This ain't something that you can just walk up to somebody and tell them, I rebuke you in the name of, you can't do that, okay? Let God guide you through this thing. Okay, so I'll just drop them like a bad habit. No explanation, no nothing. I'm just like, you know, it's whatever. Y'all should have just said yes to me, and I'm on to the next. That's how it was. So fast forward, I done graduated. I'm going to college at MSU. Still doing the same thing, trying to be accepted on the campus life, not knowing that college, like the campus life, is just not for everybody. Can we normalize that everything is not just for everybody, okay? Everybody don't have to go down the same path. Just letting y'all know. But, and then I go to this little church event, I meet this person. I'm dealing with the depression and stuff going on in my life and this battle with the spirit, not knowing what it is at first. Meet this person, I'm like, oh yeah, we about to talk. That didn't end up happening because if you jacked up and you dysfunctional, please know that God is not about to pair you with a person to be with them for the rest of your life, for the rest of their life, so you can be dysfunctional and messed up. Do not touch his anointed, and please don't do his prophets no harm. And I feel like that's what he was telling me at that moment. So that did not work out, okay? So I'm depressed. I'm back at home now because I don't know if I said that. I transferred schools to try to be with this person. It didn't work out. I come back. I'm depressed. I'm like, blah, 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 this and that. I start working at this call center job, y'all. And this call center job, I meet this guy, and this is when I'm introduced to weed and drinking and partying, okay? These things I did not know. I was sheltered when I was a kid, so that probably had a lot to do with me wanting to be out there. But drinking, smoking, and partying is what I was introduced to. And that's something that was, cause I see if I started to do this, you know, I'll get the necessary attention. Plus, you know, let me dress a little different. Let me wear my half shirts. Let me wear my body out more. Something that I was just not keen to doing before. I was just like, I want my arms covered. I want everything covered. I don't want nobody to see anything. But now I'm just out there. And it was crazy because when I would be smoking, I would be the most paranoid person in this whole entire world. You hear me? I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm high. If Jesus come back right now, what am I going to tell him? I'm high. Like, what I'll tell him might not even make sense. He may not even let me explain because it was bad. Like, it was so bad. I'm thinking stuff was after me. It was bad, but the habit that I had taken upon with the smoking and drinking, I still did it because it was like, you know, this is what gets you your attention and this is blah, blah, blah. At the same time, I'm being introduced to a whole different world of spirituality, okay? Enters the voodoo and hoodoo stuff that tries to come. And I'm willing to accept it because it's a person that I'm trying to get accepted by. All at the same time, I'm feeling these attributes of a Jezebel spirit. Do you hear me? How messed up this thing is? Like, it was bad. I'm doing everything, this and that. My life basically had turned into sex, drugs, alcohol, work, no school, all over again. And I'm doing every single thing to get attention, dressing different, talking different, being different, and changing. I don't want to say shape-shifting, but I would say changing my faces depending on the crowd that I was in front of, and being very manipulative, okay? all at the same time, there's this little person inside of me crying out for help, okay? Crying out for help. So I break up with this person because something happened and I figured that my future was at jeopardy. So I'm just like, we can't have no more ties. Dropped him like a bad habit. But here comes me picking up another habit because I want attention, and I feel like this person is weaker than what I am, okay? Feel like this person is weaker. I started dating a whole girl, okay? I'm feeling like, oh, she's a homosexual. Let me go ahead and, go talk to her because I feel like she needs to hear about Christ. With a blunt in my hand, with like this tight dress on, while drinking, coming in the name of Christ, trying to talk to a homosexual. Of course, I started dating. Okay, I'm all types of wrong, trying to be a correction in somebody's life. Legit, I'm just all types of wrong, trying to be this correction. And that went on for a long while. Nothing but partying, drinking, like in a world where the enemy has literally taken, if I had any bouts of Christ in me, he was literally draining me of it. The only thing that I remember always saying in these times that I was in was, Lord, please save my soul, and Lord, let me never blaspheme against you or the Holy Ghost. I remember always saying that. I legit remember saying that all the time because I felt the road I was going down. I'm trying to be validated in the church, but I can't because I have this Jezebel spirit on me, and I feel like these people are jealous of me in the church. At the same time, I'm jealous of them. At the same time, I feel like I'm the most important and I'm superior. Like, I was everywhere. That's how bad attention and validation had me, okay? Woo! Y'all, this is part 1 of it. You see, it's 17 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and post this. Please watch out for part 2. Part 2 is probably gonna be shorter, but I just need y'all to know that when you searching for validation in the world, it takes you down paths that you never thought that you would go down, okay? Just to let y'all know. All right, come back for my next part 2 video, okay? Bye.